Right, welcome back. It has been a little while since I have done one of these. If you don't know me, my name is Jay and I make cycling videos and I'm on the internet. It is now Sunday and I've just finished my last workout of the week. But what I'm going to do in this video is take you through my entire week of training and what it looks like. So let's throw back to Monday and come with me as we go on a week's worth of training. Right, so welcome to a week of training. Today is a strength session and we have got five 5-minute efforts at FTP with 5 minutes recovery in between, followed by 6 lots of 1 minute at 320 with 5 minutes recovery, and then 10 lots of 15 seconds at 460 with 45 seconds recovery in between each of those. There's a warm-up and a cool-down. So in total, this session is going to be 1 hour and 45 minutes. Done a couple of these already so far. So I'm in the Crit Crusher training plan to try and improve my racing power. I've been a little bit discouraged by racing due to my own performance and the racing score system. So I'm putting in a bit of work to try and get myself better at that. Before I started this training plan, I recently did an FTP test. So before, my FTP was 229. That was done back in December. I've obviously been riding pretty consistently since the start of the year. I think Strava says I've averaged 5 rides a week for the last 3 months, so pretty consistent riding. And in that time, my FTP has gone up now to 256. So all of these workouts in this training plan should be pretty accurate. Like I say, I've done one of these strength training ones before. It was challenging, but manageable. So that's probably the sweet spot for training. But I'll leave you here and I'll check back in when we're amongst the first 5-minute FTP intervals. Here we go. Right, so I'm going to leave you here and I'm going to check back in at the end because nobody wants to see me just getting sweaty for the next hour and a half. So I'll see you during the cool down. So we are done now. As I said at the beginning, these workouts are challenging but actually quite manageable. So I quite enjoy these longer workouts. This one's called strength training and it really is just like doing a leg day in the gym, but it's on the bike, which I would prefer because the gym's not really my scene. We completed all the intervals, the 4x5s, the 6x1s and the 10x15 seconds. The 4x5s at FTP were undoubtedly the worst of the bunch. The way I compartmentalize it is in those 4x5s, it's 20 minutes of work. Yes, you got 20 minutes of recovery, but that is the biggest chunk of work and effort that I've got to do in a workout like this. In the 6x1s, it's just 6 minutes, and in the 10x15 seconds, it's 2.5 minutes. So even at those higher wattages, because it's much less time, I find it much easier to complete them. I don't know if you can hear as well, I've finally got myself a fan. So that's on down here, right in front of my bike, pointing up. So that was a very welcome addition whilst I was getting through this workout. Right, I'm going to leave it there for today and I'll join you in tomorrow's workout. Right, so welcome back. Today is Wednesday So after yesterday's big long strength training effort, you can see that today we've just got a nice easy 1 hour at 1:30, literally zone 1. Just get the legs spinning, bit of conditioning after all that hard work yesterday. I'm on the flat out fast route because as of the time of recording, this is the first stage of the 2026 Big Spin event, which is where you can win additional bikes, tops, hats, shoes, sunglasses, all sorts of just cosmetic stuff for your avatar. So I'm just getting this route ticked off, get the big spin wheel at the end and see what we come up with. Just like yesterday, I'm not going to make you watch the entirety of this workout, but I do just want to chat about a couple of things. So firstly is, I've got a couple of other friends and family members that ride on Zwift, but I feel like I am the only one who sort of like plays the game of Zwift. They just use it for training and riding. They're not really into the game side of it. As you can see, yesterday and today, I am riding on the TT bike. Now, that is because it's the Zwift TT bike as well. But that is because I am about 6,000 meters away from unlocking the Tron bike. If you don't know, the Tron bike is the one that's all lit up. We'll no doubt go past a few people on it during this ride, but to unlock it you need to have ascended. In fact, there's one on the left now. You need to have ascended 50,000 meters of climbing in the game. I'm at about 45,000 meters, and then once it's unlocked you need to have upgraded 3 of the stock Zwift bikes in order to be able to start upgrading that. So in preparation for the Tron bike, I am upgrading TT bike. I think I've got the Zwift carbon bike and the Zwift steel bike as well. This one is a time-based duration. You have to ride it for a certain amount of time. I think I've got just over a couple of hours left until I can upgrade to the next stage, to stage 4 of this. So as well, yesterday you may have noticed that I rode the Radio Rendezvous route, which was a route that starts off in the jungle and it finishes at the radio tower. But that's another thing that I'm doing. I mean, this route aside, I'm only doing this because it's the big spin, but I'm trying to stack all of these workout rides in routes that have a lot of elevation. So I've basically, for the last week, just been going up and down the Epic KOM, the top of the radio tower, just to stack as much elevation into a workout as I can. And I think if I keep going at the way that I'm going, then by the time I get to, or I should have the Tron bike unlocked in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So that'll be quite exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Right, so you've listened to me ramble on long enough. I am going to leave it here for today. Got 2 more workouts this week. I'm going to do one tomorrow, which will be Thursday, and one on Friday. So I'm going away at the weekend. And I'm going to put some YouTube on and just grind out the rest of this workout at this quite nice tempo. I'll see you tomorrow. So welcome back. It is now Friday. I couldn't face a workout yesterday. Strength training session and then just the leg spin on Tuesday. or was it Wednesday? Sorry, just left too much fatigue in my legs. So I had the day off, played a bit of PlayStation, started Space Marine 2 on PlayStation Plus, if anyone's interested in that, and just had a little bit of chill out, bit of rest and relaxation. But we're back at it here again today. We've got a split session, just got 2 training blocks to get through. One 30 minutes at 170 and one 20 minutes at 210. So nothing major, nothing crazy, just building up the endurance. Don't really know what you'd call this type of session, but here we are. We're also once again on the mountain mash route, which once we've completed it, including the radio tower, will give us about 500 meters of climbing, there or thereabouts. As it stands, I've got 44,646 meters of climbing, so just over 5,000 meters to go. On Sunday, I've got a hill rep session, which once again I will do on this same route, going up the radio tower, just chipping away at that elevation all the time. With the rate at which I'm getting the elevation backed up, it would take me less than 2 weeks to unlock the Tron bike from here. That's pretty exciting. In that time as well, hopefully this TT bike will be fully upgraded, so I can then move on to a different one. In fact, I am going to start a second bike at some point next week, because I've got to do the last stage of Tour de Zwift on 3 Step Sisters, I think it's called, the route that ends up the grade, but I don't want to do it on the TT bike, so I'll start it on either the carbon or the steel frame, get that one going as well. But you know how it goes now. I'm not going to sit here and make you listen to me and watch me just grind through an hour's workout. So I'll see you on Sunday for the last workout of the week, and then a little check-in afterwards. See you then. Right, once again you find me going up the epic KON reverse and stack that elevation. It is now Sunday, which means it's the last workout of the week. We've got a hill rep session today, which is 4 lots of 5 minutes at 220, followed by 5 minutes at 130 recovery. Nothing too major today. When I did this workout last week, I think it was 3 at 220, and then the last one was at something like 300 for 5 minutes. So this one seems a little bit more chill than that one, which is good. And then just got back from a night away in Anglesey, where I've done about 10 miles of walking and about 800 meters of climbing within that. That was split over 2 walks. Legs are still feeling okay. I think all of this training, all this riding I've been doing helped with the legs on that walk. Was chatting over the weekend as well. I think I'm going to sign up for a 10k in about 12 weeks time. Might try and get a little bit of footage of that, training for that, see how that goes. I am fairly confident But given the amount of riding that I've been doing, I could probably just turn up to the start of that race. Wouldn't be competitive, but I'd be able to get round it. So stay tuned for some running content. It's funny because I've tried to start YouTube a couple of times. This is the first time that something has really come out of it. But the other few times that I tried, it was around running content. It wasn't cycling or Zwift related. I just feel like this feels a bit safer because it's just me in an upstairs bedroom by myself. Whereas if I was to do anything running, I would actually have to be out on the street filming myself, which sounds a little bit more scary. Anyway, it's the usual. I'm not going to make you sit and watch me go through all of these blocks, but I will check in at the end to give sort of a wrap up of the week. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, we are just about wrapping up now. Knocked off all of those training blocks. It was 4x5 at 220. As I've said all the way through the training this week, it's been challenging, but also manageable at the same time. This is now the end of my second week of some serious proper structured training. I've done a little bit in the past before, so I tried to structure my week with one race, 2 zone 2 rides, and then a workout, but I just picked the workout at random from the list on Zwift. But actually following this training plan, I feel like better progress is being made. So that's a positive. We've managed to amass another 580 meters of climbing, got less than 5,000 meters to go. I've got less than 5 hours to go until the TT bike is fully upgraded. Managed to upgrade to level 4 on Friday, and that was I think it's 5% extra drops, and then it's 6 hours until we unlock level 5. I've got about 4.5 hours left, so hopefully that won't take me too long either. But everything seems to be going in the right direction. Let me know what you thought of this video. If it gets some traction, then I can always make more. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.